draw their numbers. Charles Green, the chief executive on the right there, is here, but he is not going into the director's box to join the Dundee United directors. Well, when Dundee United lost 5-0 at Ibrox last May, who'd have believed the next time they meet Rangers would be in the third division? All change at both clubs. Let's see how the new manager Jackie McNamara gets on in his first game with United. Commentators Andy Walker and Ian Crocker.
Well, Jackie McNamara's first selection is the same as Peter Houston's last. Dundee United unchanged, and they certainly carry an attacking threat. John Daly scored twice against Rangers last season. Gary Mackay-Steven has scored in his last 4 games here at Tannadice. Johnny Russell has 9 goals in 13 Scottish Cup ties, including one at Ibrox a year ago this week. John Rankin spent 6 years with Rangers as a young lad before leaving for Manchester United at the age of 16. Rangers are without injured top scorer Lee McCulloch, and he would have been right up for this today. Young Lewis McLeod, who's been an impressive regular, is also sidelined. Ian Black, a cup winner with Hearts last season, is back in the team. And Sebastian Faure makes his first start since October. He's preferred to Chris Hegarty. Fran Sandaza's okay despite a hamstring scare. He had a productive spell with Dundee United. So Brian McLean started his career at Rangers but never made the first team. None of Rangers' outfield subs are older than 20. Carl Naismith scored the winner at Forest Mechanics in round 2. And how fitting that Jackie McNamara's first game in charge should be against Rangers. Old foes. He played in 33 Old Firm games for Celtic, winning 15, losing 14. It's always good to be in credit. Rangers have spent this season visiting some new and unusual places. At least Tannadice is more familiar to them, although not having many fans here is rather unfamiliar. It's hard to know what to expect, but we can be pretty sure Rangers will be fired up, and some. Mind you, so will Dundee United, because they are under new management, Andy.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a terrific cup tie. Be interesting to see how Jackie McNamara starts.
Johnny Russell's in straight away and scores inside 15 seconds. Dundee United a goal to the good already. Well, that's the way to start life as Dundee United manager.
Well, I was wondering how he would start his managerial career, and there's the answer. It comes straight from the kickoff. And all season long, Rangers have been fragile at the back. This is just a long ball that's not dealt with by Lee Wallace. And thereafter, you see the confusion between Kribari and Perry, and Johnny Russell takes advantage. A lovely touch, and a second one to set himself. Alexander almost gets to it, but I think the power takes it under his body, and it's a remarkable start.
Mind you, Rangers looking to come back into the game, and Andy Little wants a corner out of that, but they nearly grabbed an instant equaliser. An astonishing start at Tannadice.
Well, here's a response from Rangers. Templeton looking busy, working their way into the box, and as he pulls that shot, Rangers looking for a corner. There might have been just a slight nick here, but my goodness, it nearly dropped in at the back post for a quick equaliser.
Well, he wasn't for hanging around, Johnny Russell. Lee Wallace just clipped there by Willow Flood. It's a free kick. What a frantic opening.
It's going to be a tough afternoon for Ewan Norris as well, but I think when you're at that pace that Lee Wallace is at, easy to go to ground.
Here is Wallace. Shields, and a corner off Rankin. Rangers caught cold after 15 seconds by Johnny Russell, but quickly giving it a go at the other end. Rankin on hand to clear that from Templeton's corner. An abject start for Rangers, but at least plenty of time to respond. Johnny Russell. Gary Mackay-Steven taken out by Ian Black. And Ewan Norris will want a word already with Black. Didn't take long to see a goal at Tannadice. Didn't take long to see Ian Black being spoken to by the ref.
Well, I think Ewan Norris is doing well here. It's not worth a yellow card in my view. He comes in and has a wee dig at him. Mackay-Steven just far too skillful for Ian Black. But there's a player with a lot of experience. He knows what it takes to win the Scottish Cup last season with Hearts. Then he has to show a bit of leadership. He has to show a bit of discipline for Rangers this afternoon.
Dillon. Russell. And the corner for Dundee United off Wallace.
Too easy to run off Lee Wallace there for Johnny Russell. Rangers under pressure again from the corner.
The left foot of the left back. Barry Douglas will swing this in. Nervy for Rangers. Gunning. He was caught by Wallace, and that's going to be a yellow card for Lee Wallace.
Well, I just think there's an intensity to SPL football. You're seeing that here from the United players in the early stages. And Rangers playing against part-time opposition on a weekly basis. They haven't managed to get up to speed as yet.
Rangers have to be careful not to concede again here. Douglas. Sandaza helping out his defence. Chases on for Armstrong and Shields. Dundee United's throw. Douglas will take that throw. And a corner now. Came off Andy Little. Willow Flood's corner, there by Hutton, only to Douglas, who will return it to Flood. Well, that's teasing. Johnny Russell almost scored again.
Once again, Ian, it's a cross ball, and Ross Perry is nowhere near getting this. You look at Ross Perry, and he's on Johnny Russell. He's a good yard away there, and he's not going to get that time against SPL players who are clearly up for this big occasion. Russell almost getting a second.
Johnny Russell with his 15th goal of the season. Startling start at Tannadice. Hutton. John Rankin with a challenge.
Yeah, again, it's a clear foul. Hutton doing really well just to knock that past Rankin. This is a decent opportunity for Rangers. What can they do putting the ball into the box? What sort of quality will we get from Lee Wallace here?
Here it comes from Wallace. Dillon. Douglas. Sebastian Faure making his first start since October. Replacing Chris Hegarty, and of course he'll have Gary Mackay-Steven to contend with. Good luck. Russell. Flood.
That's good play from Russell. Really good first touch. keeps possession.
Mackay-Steven took it well, but that was about as good as it got as he gives away a free kick. What a tale of the unexpected with Rangers behind after 15 seconds.
Well, he's gone for experience in his team. He's left most of the young players on the bench. Hegarty, Mackay, Crawford, Naismith. He's got one or two in there, Perry and Hutton. But he's got mostly experience, and you need a bit of leadership now from Wallace and Black and Shields. Sandaza up front.
John Daly's got a free kick. Rangers are far from being defensively sound this season, and it didn't take long for that to show up here at Tannadice. John Daly, a powerful physical presence. Dillon will aim it in his direction. Daly got a little touch on it. Hutton. Pop back by Rankin. Wilson Kribari for Lee Wallace, but Johnny Russell moves in. We'll be heading in the right direction soon. Douglas. Foray. Little. Templeton. Another Rangers corner.
Much better from Rangers. Little doing well, going through the middle, setting up Templeton. He's the one with a bit of imagination in that last third.
David Templeton's corner. That's a good take that from Radoslav Szczesniak, and he's going to release Douglas. Armstrong ahead of him. Rangers could be a little exposed here. Armstrong. Douglas. Rankin now for Flood.
Well, look at this, the way it started. The action here. Rangers under so much pressure on their defensive third. None more so than that opening 15 seconds. A remarkable start.
Rangers have claimed an SPL Cup this season. They beat Motherwell in the League Cup, but they were then knocked out of that competition by Inverness Cali Thistle. Strange one from Ian Black on Mackay-Steven, and we could be treading a thin line already for a couple of challenges.
You do wonder about his experience sometimes. I mean, it's such a silly foul. It's the easiest thing for Mackay-Steven to do, just step in front, use his body really well. And Ian Black's foul has once again put Rangers under a bit of pressure.
Douglas has produced some decent deliveries already. Can he come up with another one to test Rangers? Away by Nelson Kribari. Back by Dillon. Flood. And he'll get a free kick off Dean Shields. Tannadice has hardly been home sweet home for Dundee United this season. They haven't actually won here since August, and that really is a dismal record in front of their own fans. Templeton snuffing that out. It's a handball from Willow Flood.
Willow Flood is saying to referee Ewan Norris it came off his face.
Wallace. Templeton. Black. Ross Perry now for Sebastian Faure. Here's Hutton. Ross Perry didn't get much on that and made sure that John Daly wasn't about to go past.
Yeah, he's lucky there, Ross Perry. That was a bit of slackness.
Keith Watson, who scored a stunner against Rangers here last season in the SPL.
That's good play. He's just travelling with the ball 30, 40 yards, quite happy to win his team a throw-in once again in the last third.
Watson's cross over the head of Daly, who claimed he was being clutched by Ross Perry. Stephen typically wriggling clear. John Daly got something on it, but it's going to be a corner.
Well, this is what we have come to expect from Mackay Stephen. It doesn't matter whether there's 1, 2, 3 players around him. There's a bit of skill and a burst of pace, driving it into that front post area. Rangers do well just to clear it for another corner.
Douglas delivers. Sandaza cleared it again, but here is Armstrong. An amazing start.
Well, there's so many mistakes in the goal. Look at this, Lee Wallace is out of position. That's a misjudgment on his part. And then when the two central defenders come together, they get in each other's way, a bit of confusion. Maybe a bit too harsh to look at the goalkeeper. I think the power of the shot, the fact that it's so low as well. Can't really blame Alexander. Far too many mistakes before then.
Shambolic defending from Rangers. An early wake-up call. And that will do for starters in Jackie McNamara's first game in charge of Dundee United. His predecessor won the Scottish Cup. There's certainly a vibrancy about Dundee United that hasn't been there in recent weeks. Always the case when a new manager appears on the scene.
Yeah, I think you're right. It concentrates the mind, doesn't it?
Daly. It's Russell again! It's bounced off the bar. Well, he could have had a hat-trick already, and in fact he is in the habit of scoring those in the Scottish Cup. Got one in the last round, Stranraer, and against Edgery last season.
Well, Russell knows this is a huge chance, but again, it's a long ball. Who from Rangers is dominant in the air? No one so far. I actually think if Johnny Russell has got a right foot and he's comfortable on it, I think he might be able to get a better attempt at goal there. He can't believe it's come back off the bar.
By the way, he hadn't scored at Tannadice for 3 months, yet it only took him 15 seconds to make his mark today.
That's too easy. United have gone from their own defensive third within seconds away to the left back. They've given it away just now, but there's a slackness in Rangers that I think they're going to find it difficult to pick up the pace.
Watson blocked Templeton. Russell takes over. Free kick goes in favour of Sandaza and against Dillon.
Excellent from Sandaza, much better, a really good first touch. He's actually winning the physical battle there with Dillon. That's what Rangers need a bit more of, a bit of quality up to him. He's got a lovely first touch, and now he's put United on the back foot, just with that control.
And Rangers stem the tide here. Sandaza and Dillon together. It's Black to launch it. Armstrong. Russell. Mackay-Steven is in the middle. Russell can pick him out. He can. It's really clever from Mackay-Steven. Such a delight to watch on his day. And he has quite a few days. Templeton. Shields. Well, Hutton wanted the other side, but here's Wallace anyway. Wallace. Templeton.
Well, we all know what he's capable of. Look at this for a take. Absolutely beautiful. Trying to set himself for a shot thereafter. The Rangers do enough to get around him, and Forey completes the clearance. But that's the type of skill and imagination that Gary Mackay-Steven can give Dundee United.
The Dundee United fans are here in force. In the absence of many visitors, they were keen to take up as many tickets as possible.
Again, just that use of the ball from the back from Ross Perry just has to be a bit better. Give Sandaza a chance to get it under control.
Cleared by Ross Perry. Flood for Watson. Watson just clipping Black. Stephen Thompson, the Dundee United chairman, electing to hasten Peter Houston's departure. Was due to be at the end of the season. Brought forward to this week, and that allowed him to move for Jackie McNamara, who'd done such a decent job with Partick Thistle. A foul by Sandaza. He had a habit of scoring against the old firm when he was a Dundee United player. Flood. Gunning. Gunning. Rankin. Watson. Dillon. Wallace, Templeton.
That's what Rangers need a bit more of, the experience of Wallace linking up with Templeton, trying to get something going for Rangers. Here they are again.
Russell. Shields. Douglas. Sean Dillon. Daly, Mackay-Stephen. No foul by Ian Black, although it looked like a whistle was about to be blown. It is now. Keith Watson on Lee Wallace.
I think this is an encouraging aspect for Rangers, the way that Templeton and Lee Wallace link up. It's a clear foul there from Keith Watson, and Wallace so determined to get beyond his midfield player, get up and support. He's got the energy, he's got the running power, he's certainly got the desire.
Gunning. Perry for Black. Wallace. Wallace again. Bit better this for Rangers. Captain Gunning sends it behind for a corner.
Well, he's a left back, but he's a captain today and he's leading by example. Not for the first time in today's match. That's him trying to get to the byline and get a cross in. Terrific stuff from Wallace.
Templeton's corner. It's Foray who's going to retrieve it. Hutton. Foray. One by Gunning. Mackay-Stephen for Russell. Lee Wallace is actually covering over there, but Russell is still advancing. Lee Wallace sorts it out in the end. Little. In case you hadn't noticed, she supports Dundee United. Rarely misses a game here. Dundee United have knocked Rangers out of the Scottish Cup. The last 4 times they've met each other in this illustrious competition. So it's going to form in that respect. Flood. Daly lurking. Rangers might be rather relieved they're only 1 down. Slicing that into the stand.
Well, Rangers need that bit of pressure from Ian Black. Similarly on Chersniak from Sandaza. Slice clearance and all of a sudden they're on the attack.
That's come off Lee Wallace. And the last time Rangers beat Dundee United in the Scottish Cup, Ali McCoy scored the winner. In 1989. Gunning. Russell let it go. Black. Templeton. Armstrong. Mackay-Stephen. On back well by Foray, but he then ran into Douglas. Little, but it eludes Sandaza.
Yeah, just that bit of quality. You get it into Sandaza, he can buy the team a bit of time with a good first touch, allowing others to get up and support him. With some notable absentees today, Lee McCulloch certainly would have relished an occasion like this.
Still troubled by an ankle problem, and Lewis McLeod out as well. Sandaza with a chance.
Again, it's absolute quality from Lee Wallace. Look at Sandaza making his movement here to the front post. I think he should do better. I think he's ahead of his Gavin Gunning there, his immediate opponent, enough to get a better head on that and find the target.
Lee Wallace back in the Scotland squad for Gordon Strachan's first game in charge at Aberdeen midweek. John Daly penalised. Here is Wallace. Certainly deserving of a place in that squad. Templeton. Shields caught by Rankin.
I think these are silly fouls. Just an invitation to get the ball into the box. You never know what can happen. Even just a loose ball.
Black to launch it towards Little. Chesniak came a fair old distance. And he's released Gary Mackay-Stephen. Armstrong tearing through the middle. Alexander able to pluck that one out of the air.
Yeah, good goalkeeping. Took that really comfortably. Read the cross well.
Some space here for Kyle Hutton. Andy Little now. Sandaza with another header.
I love his movement again though, Ian. He times it so well just to get that half yard in front of his opponent. It's a good ball into a dangerous area. And there's Sandaza, just getting half a yard on Sean Dillon. But unlucky not to be able to guide it towards the target again.
Hoping to score against his former club, as he did twice last season when he was at St Johnstone.
But Rangers are in the game now. I think it took them about 10 or 15 minutes to start, and there was an intensity to Dundee United that they found it difficult to match.
Black. Hutton. Linking up with Sandaza. And now finding Templeton. This could be promising for Rangers. Well, they have another corner.
Yeah, he just had to be wary there, Watson. Anything mistimed.
Lee Wallace. He's a man in a hurry. Perry. Wasteful.
Why he just didn't play it back, the simple ball to Ian Black. He had plenty of time, he could see everything in front of him.
Ian Black is making that point to him as well.
I saw that here.
Douglas out by Perry. Black going into Mackay-Stephen. Willow Flood charging through. And the foul by Gary Mackay-Stephen, which will earn a warning. Kyle Hutton on the receiving end.
Stephen has taken a fair bit of stick in his time. He certainly comes through this one. That's what you and Norris saw.
As expected, Rangers are running away with the third division title, but only a game like this will tell them where they are and how far they've got to go. Russell. Rangers have actually won their last 7 away games averaging 3 goals a game, but of course that was in Division 3. They haven't been up against anyone of the calibre of Dundee United. And the fact that they installed a new manager this week probably didn't help Rangers' cause either. But they're still in the contest. And that might not have been the case. Templeton. Here's Willow Flood. Daly. Armstrong. Mackay-Steven. It's off Ross Perry.
Beautiful first touch again from Mackay-Steven. As the ball comes in here to Armstrong. Plays it first time to Mackay-Steven. Takes it really well and on the turn. And once he gets that half yard to get a shot away, he doesn't need a second invitation, but heading in the way.
Willow Flood's corner. Daly nearly got to it. Anxious moment for Rangers. Douglas ready to return this. Having Gunning showing interest, but it's cleared by Nelson Kribari. Templeton. Mid in hands moment for David Templeton. Ball pass.
Got to take more care when you're in possession. Even moves like that, Ian, I think they're promising. If that lands at the feet of Wallace, Rangers are on the attack.
Having Gunning. Gunning, who scored against Rangers last season in the Cup at Ibrox. It's a clear foul by Foray. One way to stop him.
Yeah, there's been a number of sloppy fouls. One there. Slow way he's getting beyond 40 there.
Rather high foul count in this first half. Willow Flood will take this. John Daly! It's as simple as that! Russell scores first, Daly scores second, and Rangers have been blown away in the first half at Tannadice.
Well, I can't believe how soft Rangers are in the centre of defence. Daly's a big threat. Look at Daly here. He's onside. Wallace is playing him onside. Sandaza doesn't want to go. Perry doesn't want to go. Kribari's claiming for offside, amazingly. And Daly, he's the only one who's following the flight of the ball, and he gets enough of a touch to keep it away from Alexander. It's a great goal for United, but so poor from Rangers at the back.
John Daly's 12th goal of the season. Rangers have another corner now. But everyone feared the heart of Rangers' defence might be an issue, especially with the likes of Daly and Russell around. So it's proved. In fact, those two have scored all of Dundee United's goals in the competition this season. 4 for Russell, 3 for Daly. Rangers need a quick response. Well, slipped as he took that. Sandaza's header straight at Chesney.
I thought Sandaza did really well, but no one into the 6-yard box that could even redirect that towards the back of the net. This is now a test of Rangers' character. 2-0 down in the first half. They've got a fair amount of experience in that side. I have to see, Alan McCoy has to see a strong response.
Dean Shields, will it open up here for Rangers? Templeton. Routine save for Chesniak. In for the curler.
Well, Chesniak read it so well. He's buying his team a bit of time now. But Templeton can create things in that last third. It's not a bad effort towards that far corner, but Chesniak read it so well.
Jackie McNamara's first game as Dundee United manager is going rather well. A few battles with Rangers in his time as a player, spent a decade with Celtic. Sandaza. It's got to be a yellow card, that. Ridiculous challenge. That was going to be booked.
I think there's too many fouls, too many silly fouls. On both sides, it's got to be said, but Mackay-Steven again with the imagination and just a refusal there from Hutton to let him away, hauling him to the ground. He can't complain about that yellow card. Discipline will be such an important part of this game this afternoon.
Flood sending it towards Daly again. Ross Perry made contact, but Daly's still in there. Onto the roof of the net. From the Dundee United captain.
Now these Rangers players are pointing the finger at each other. Once again, a ball into the box. Perry wins that one. But not cleanly enough to complete the danger, and Daly causing all sorts of problems in the air.
Scoring his 70th goal for Dundee United today. His first from open play since mid-December, and it certainly was very open. We're back with more Scottish Cup action tomorrow at Easter Road. It's Hibs against Aberdeen, together again from 3 o'clock on Sky Sports 2 HD. Ross Perry needs treatment. Rangers wounded in more ways than one.
Chris Hegarty already getting stripped. I don't know whether Ross Perry was possibly carrying an injury, but he seems to have a bad one, and I don't think he's going to make it.
And Chris Hegarty started the last 17 games for Rangers. Foray preferred to him today, but Hegarty will get an earlier than expected introduction with Ross Perry's game over.
I don't think it was a challenge, Ian. I think it was just he pulled up off the ball, no one near him.
So Rangers forced into a first half change. Perry away. And Chris Hegarty is on, Northern Ireland under 21 international. Moment, and he's going to go in alongside Emilson Kribari. Has played it right back as well this season. Long way back for Rangers. A reply before half-time would certainly be to their advantage significantly. Chris Hegarty will take this free kick. Comfortable header away for Douglas. One back by Little, and now Hutton. Lee Wallace. Hutton's header.
Rangers struggling to get back into it. There's a man who got the second goal, and he was onside. You can see Lee Wallace there playing him on, but it's that heart of the Rangers defence. I mean, he heads it in from 6 yards. You have to be aware that the ball may well end up there. There's got to be a challenge on Daly, and there was nothing. He can't believe it.
Daly.
Having said that, Ian, at 2-0 down, there's no way these Rangers players will give it up. If they can get the next goal, they're right back in it.
Rangers beat Dundee United 5-0 in the last meeting between the teams at the end of last season, but of course things have changed quite considerably. And this team, Lee Wallace was the only one who started that game. Russell. Black. Wallace. Willow Flood keeping up with Wallace. Templeton, but John Rankin will move in and get a free kick. Dundee United sitting pretty on a 2-0 lead. They haven't actually lost to a lower league side in the Scottish Cup for over a decade. That was at Ayr United. They haven't lost at home to a lower league side in the Scottish Cup since 1953. Mackay Stephen. Russell. Well, last season in the Scottish Cup, Jackie McNamara's Partick Thistle managed to score a goal after 11 and a half seconds. So, don't know why it took him 15 today. 60 seconds of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Willow Flood clearly taken out by Milton Kabari, and he's going to be the third Rangers player to be booked in this first half.
Well, the pass in from Forey to Hutton, well read by Flood. He pounces on it immediately. Kabari's the one who eventually commits the foul, and another yellow card. You don't want them mounting before the first half is even out.
Could well be the last action of the first half. Neil Alexander happy with his wall. Willow Flood overcooked it for John Daly. I think that is going to be that. A remarkable start at Tannadice. Johnny Russell scoring after 15 seconds to put Dundee United on their way. Rangers stunned and shell-shocked. They did get back into the game a little, but allowed John Daly to score a goal that was all too easy. And Dundee United are very much in the comfort zone here in the Scottish Cup against Rangers. Lee McCoist and Kenny McDowell certainly have their work cut out. Half-time at Tannadice, Dundee United 2, Rangers 0.
It's the first of three.
Hi there, Samantha from Setanta Sports with news for our regional fans. Lotus Foxtel service is provided by Austar. From Friday, March the 1st, Setanta Sports will be delivered to you directly from us here at Setanta. So, to continue your service as it is today, you'll need to resubscribe. It's easy and takes less than a minute. Just call or visit us online and we'll arrange everything from there. Don't be left on the sideline. Click or call Setanta before Friday, March the 1st and keep watching Setanta Sports.
Watch round 5 of the Scottish Cup on Setanta Sports this weekend with 3 exclusive games. Dundee United versus Rangers, Raith versus Celtic and Hibernian versus Aberdeen. The Scottish Cup round 5 this weekend on Setanta.
The UEFA Europa League is now on Setanta Sports, one of Europe's most prestigious club competitions. Setanta is the only place to follow some of Europe's biggest clubs from the group stages all the way through to the final in May. Watch up to 4 games every match day featuring Tottenham, Liverpool, Inter Milan and 2012 champions Atletico Madrid. The UEFA Europa League. Watch every round on Setanta Sports.
More goalkeeper gaffes, and yes, you've guessed it, it's back to Scotland again, where another man was doing his best to put his country on the map. Dundee's Robert Douglas placing this one perfectly off the opposing striker's head and back into his own net. Very cool, very composed, very clumsy. Port Vale against West Brom, and the cameraman may have been off the pace, but not half as much as Vale's Kevin Pilkington, who seemed to want to personally hand Lee Hughes this goal-scoring opportunity. Come to daddy, come to daddy. Oh. And this is some sterling work from Tony Pennock. Look how he commands his area. Under pressure, he collects the ball with calm and precision, assesses the situation, and rolls the ball out. Not quite where he intended, though. What a Pennock. This is the fortress that is Celtic Park. Well, usually anyway. But Dundee couldn't quite believe their luck as Jonathan Gould collects comfortably at the back post, only to squeeze the ball back over the goal line. Never mind the old firm, that's more like the infirm. Over to Portugal, and this is Rodrigues Raul Iglesias. Yes, really. Extending some amazing hospitality to the opposition striker. Maybe he should stick to the singing. Look at the patient build-up from Manchester City as they lay siege to the Swindon goal. Thankfully, Frank Talia is ready to wave the white flag. Or maybe he was just waiting for the offside flag to be waved instead. A sweeping ball forward sees Luton quickly turn defence into attack. And then Blackpool's goalkeeper Phil Barnes tried to do exactly the same thing, but sadly failed. Whoever said attack is the best form of defence? Bury's Paddy Kenny shows some nifty footwork here. One touch. Oh, that's it. As he leaves the second touch to John Macken. What a combination. Chelsea against Leeds has always been an explosive fixture, but there seemed little explosion in this shot until Gary Sprake helped it goalwards. Blue is the colour, and I'm sure the language was too after that. It seems that Manchester City's Andy Dibble thinks he's the king of the dribble. Whoops, here he is being robbed by Newcastle's Keith Gillespie. Long live the king. Sends him one way and then the same way. Lovely footwork, Andy. Blackburn against Colchester, and it looks as if Stuart Nelson has been caught napping at the back, quite literally.
From Wembley on Setanta. An N-Power Championship triple next weekend on Setanta Sports. Watford versus Crystal Palace. Bolton versus Burnley, and Brighton versus Hull. An Empire Championship triple next weekend on Setanta.
The UEFA Europa League is now on Setanta Sports, one of Europe's most prestigious club competitions. Setanta is the only place to follow some of Europe's biggest clubs from the group stages all the way through to the final in May. Watch up to 4 games every match day featuring Tottenham, Liverpool, Inter Milan and 2012 champions Atletico Madrid. The UEFA Europa League. Watch every round on Setanta Sports.
Watch round 5 of the Scottish Cup on Setanta Sports this weekend with 3 exclusive games. Dundee United versus Rangers, Raith versus Celtic and Hibernian versus Aberdeen. The Scottish Cup round 5 this weekend on Setanta. An Empire Championship triple next weekend on Setanta Sports. Watford versus Crystal Palace, Bolton versus Burnley, and Brighton versus Hull. An Empire Championship triple next weekend on Setanta. The Bundesliga continues. Next weekend on Setanta Sports, with 3 live matches. Bayern Munich versus Schalke, Augsburg versus Mainz, and Freiburg versus Düsseldorf. Live Bundesliga next weekend on Setanta.
But in the end, the second goal came from the captain, John Daly. And it's Dundee United 2, Rangers 0 at the interval. Derek McInnes and Neil McCann here. What does Jackie McNamara do in his first game in charge? Does he stick or twist?
There's not been a lot wrong with Dundee United's performance at all. I think he'll be very happy. I think 2-0 is always a dangerous scoreline. I think the next goal is important. And I think United look more likely to go and do it. If they just keep doing what they've been doing, they need to force Rangers into trying to up their game, and I think Dundee United look comfortable at the minute.
Sandaza hasn't made it out for the second half. He was carrying a hamstring problem. How does that change Rangers with young Cal Naismith there coming on?
Well, possibly the attraction of playing with Sandaza up top as you hit long balls. Rangers need to get it on the deck. They need to play more passes into feet and try and work the space to get forward and get chances on this United goal.
2-0 United then. Let's rejoin our commentators, Andy Walker and Ian Crocker.
Yes, Fran Sandaza has been struggling with a hamstring problem, was never likely to get through the whole game. He's been replaced by 20-year-old Carl Naismith, who actually scored the winner at Forest Mechanics in round 2 of the Scottish Cup. Rangers have much to do. Dundee United won their first 2 home games of the season 3-0, but then, remarkably, they haven't won at home since. 11 games at Tannadice without a victory, their worst run for 13 years, but they're in a pretty good position to put that right. Here's Little. Blocked by Douglas. Rangers must score the next goal in this game. Naismith. Foray, Willow flood across. As tenacious as ever.
Well, I just wonder what Ali McCoy has said to his players at half-time. I think he will concentrate just on what Derek McInnes was saying there. 1 goal in the right back in it. And I think in order to do that, Ian, we need to see a lot more from Dean Shields. We need to see a lot more from Ian Black in midfield. Try and get that support up to the substitute Cal Naismith.
Russell, who scored after 15 seconds, and then John Daly got in on the act. Lee Wallace, one of 3 Rangers players booked in the first half. Hutton and Emilson Kabari the others.
He's a good attacking option for Rangers. Lee Wallace once again starting another move.
Templeton makes himself available. Fronted by Flood, who's overhit his pass to Wallace.
Not happening yet for Templeton. I've seen 1 or 2 flashes of skill, but no end product. And that's what everyone is always judged on, especially a wide player.
Little. Up against Mackay-Stephen. Foray. Free kick for Rangers. Lee Wallace wearing the captain's armband again in the absence of Lee McCulloch. He'll take this free kick. John Daly coming in rather useful. Templeton tickled off his toes by Willo Flood. Johnny Russell chasing this. Mackay-Stephen has got himself into the box.
That came from a Rangers free kick, and we saw John Daly determined to head it clear out of the box, and all of a sudden Dundee United are on the attack, almost getting a third goal there.
Latest to be penalised.
Yeah, it's going to be a tall order for him to get into the game so quickly. Great opportunity for him though. This is exactly what he'll be hoping for earlier today, to get on and try and make a difference.
Rangers' only defeats this season in normal time have been against Stirling Albion and Inverness. But they are certainly staring at a Scottish Cup exit in this round for the 3rd season running. Watson. Russell for Armstrong. Daly. Dundee United thrashed Stranraer in the last round 5-0. As Rangers, of course, had to start a little earlier. Easing past Forest Mechanics, Alloa and Elgin to get this far. Actually conceded a goal in the Scottish Cup this season, Rangers, until Johnny Russell came along after 15 seconds. Little. Gunning. Chris Hegarty came on to the injured Ross Perry in the first half. Casual from Foray. Gary Mackay-Stephen.
Yeah, he plays the game with a smile on his face. He knows he can do better than that.
Jackie McNamara won the Scottish Cup 3 times. His Partick Thistle side were knocked out of the competition this season by Dunfermline, but he's found a way back in. draw for the quarter-finals will be made after the Hibs-Aberdeen game tomorrow. You can see that with us. Flood. Watson. Armstrong latching onto this. And Armstrong could set something up here. Russell. One back by Black.
I can't believe the way Kibari went to ground there. So weak.
Templeton. Not quite.
Well, we saw earlier how United almost got a third goal with the determination of Daly winning the ball in the box. We've got to see that from Kibari. He's already been involved in a couple of poor defensive challenges. Look at this one. He's nowhere near that ball. And going to ground. Easy for Armstrong to get away.
He actually played in the Champions League for Lazio, Emilson Kibari. And was there when they won the Italian Cup. Dean Shields. Naismith. Templeton. Wallace. Templeton will get to this. After Willow Flood slid in. It's a corner. David Templeton dancing his way through.
Better from Templeton. At least he's going past the player, but again it's the end product. Everybody in the box, strikers and midfield players, they need a bit of service. Good defending from Watson.
Templeton's corner, comfortably cleared by John Rankin. Black did well to send it back to Templeton. Oh, he's offside though. Flags up.
Black just having some words with Ewan Norris. He thought it was a foul in Rangers' favour before it went to Templeton. He's the one who needs to drive his team back into this game. I've yet to see anything inventive from Dean Shields. He's an SPL player with a lot of experience. Surely he could do something for Rangers this afternoon.
Foul by John Daly. Kai Stephen kept it in. Ewan Norris has pulled it back now. Overruled his assistant.
Flag didn't go up there from the linesman. I would have thought he would have had a better view of that.
Kyle Hutton onto this. Lee Wallace available. Templeton. Wallace for Templeton. It's a clever turn. Trying to chip the keeper, but got it wrong.
You're dead right, Ian. It is a clever turn. But what's the end product? And once again, it comes to nothing from Templeton. They've linked up well at times. He's shaping to hit it first time. Steps inside. Lovely bit of skill. The end product leaves a lot to be desired.
Daly. Armstrong. It's going to fall favourably here for Stuart Armstrong.
Johnny Russell and Gary Mackay-Steven get a lot of praise and a lot of plaudits, but Armstrong, I think, is so effective for United.
Yeah, he's had a really good season. Naismith. Well, he chopped off Willow Flood, not many do that. Now Wallace. Gunning. Douglas. Templeton. Willow Flood can tidy up. Now John Rankin. Watson. Offside John Daly. Little. Little. Dean Shields. Just a throw. Flood having a nibble. Foray will take this throw. Dean Shields. Nilsson Kribari. Naismith for Hutton, and it will eventually find its way to Wallace, which seems like a good idea. Wallace progressing well. Ooh, was he caught there? Seemingly not. By Watson.
Well, once again, it's Lee Wallace who looks to be a really good attacking option for Rangers. Driving into the box, he tries to take control with his right foot. I think it's a really good challenge, once again, from Watson.
Little. Mackay-Steven. Naismith. Now Wallace. Templeton waiting to receive.
Well, I think the second half has shown that Rangers are right back into it, and that possession start there tells you that they've certainly had more of the ball, but they need this end product to be better.
Dillon dealing with Shields, although it's come back to Shields. Wallace. It's actually Johnny Russell that blocked that.
If I had a criticism of Dundee United, Ian, I think it would be that they're a team that are so good from middle to front and can look so good for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but too often this season they just switch off and let the opposition come back into the game. They can't keep up that intensity that we saw in the opening 15.
Scooped away by Dillon, but sent it straight back to Wallace. Shields. Hutton. Foray. Oh, Ian Black. Made contact with Gavin Gunning. And most of the Rangers fans, as you probably gathered, boycotting this match, but around 350 of them are present, many of whom live in and around this area. And they decided to come along, although they have been taunted by a few Dundee United fans with their Craig White masks. Taunted too by the scoreline at the moment, but signs of promise in this second half. Templeton.
Great skill, Ian. End product just fizzles out once again.
Stephen stumbled, although I'm not sure he would have got there anyway. Templeton. Naismith. Now Wallace. Naismith. Ian Black fired that one in.
Much better from Rangers. That was a really good move in midfield. Swinging out to the left-hand side. Wallace again in the heart of the attack. Oh, terrific effort from Ian Black. But he cuts across it and it's swerving away from that post there. He can't keep it on target.
He hasn't scored yet for Rangers. In fact, his last goal was against Rangers for Hearts.
Well, that's a strange one. Rangers having more attempts than Dundee United, but the two from United, so important. On target and in the back of the net.
Both cheap goals to concede. Here's Mackay-Steven. He's better than that, that's for sure.
I think while it's still 2-0, it gives Rangers a bit of hope and a bit of heart. Ali McCoy urging his team on for more and more.
He only won the Scottish Cup once as a player, Ali McCoy. Dean Shields looking for a free kick and having a blast at the assistant referee Francis Andrews. Shields. Naismith has worked an opening. Oh, he was taken out there. Advantage played as Templeton struck it.
Well, I think the referee does well, and he does allow the advantage. And the advantage for me, I think this is a foul, but the advantage is the pass and getting the shot away.
Chipping away. Wallace. Templeton. Collected by Shirniak, and it was awkward for him.
Yeah, I like that delivery from Templeton. That's much better. As soon as he picks it up here, just a couple of touches, then throws it into the danger area. Exactly what Little is looking for.
Rangers' goal here would certainly change the picture and change the mood around Tannadice. Sean Dillon.
I think that's one of the questions that Jackie McNamara will look to address in this Dundee United side, why they have dropped out of a game that they were completely dominant in the first half.
Armstrong. Willow Flood. Armstrong. Dragged it wide.
He's a bit lucky, unlucky Armstrong. Latches onto this loose ball. I think he's quite entitled to have a perfect goal. Not his best effort, but a player I think who's got a lot of potential.
Dundee United are going to bring on Michael Gardyne shortly. New arrival for this season from Ross County. And Richie Ryan as well might be coming on. Here's Mackay-Steven, who's about to be replaced. Cut out by Milson Kabari. Daly. Skinned it away from Douglas. Gunning steaming in.
Well, that attack from Dundee United again just highlights to me Kribari and his weakness in the air. I mean, it was practically snow coming down with that ball. It was so high, and Johnny Russell beat him in the air. He's got no determination to win any sort of aerial battle.
Game over for Gary Mackay. Stephen, then on comes Michael Gardine, Dundee United's most used sub this season. It's the 15th time he's come off the bench. And Stuart Armstrong is going to be replaced as well by Richie Ryan. Richie Ryan, who's had a varied career, briefly played in the Premier League with Sunderland. A few years later was relegated out of the entire Football League at Boston. So Dundee United freshen things up. Their 2-goal lead intact. Rangers remaining hopeful.
I think they'll probably go to 2 banks of 4 now with Daly and Russell up front. They did start with a 4-3-3, Dundee United. Certainly worked for them in the early stages.
Rangers need to nick a goal. Templeton, shadowed by Watson. Dundee United hoping to be the first name in the quarter-final draw. Barry Douglas, Willow Flood, Gavin Gunning, Rankin, steered away by Milson Kribari. In fact, free kick's been given against Daly. Wallace. Richie Ryan, Gavin Gunning, who reached the 2011 Scottish Cup final with Motherwell. Little and Douglas rise, Naismith and Rankin rise. Little again, sent it straight at Watson. Little wins it back though, although Johnny Russell pokes it past Lee Wallace. John Daly, blocked by Hegarty, corner.
Just that sharpness from Johnny Russell pouncing on this loose ball here, and all of a sudden he's away down the right-hand side. I like the movement here of Daly, the timing of it, just to get a yard in front of Naismith there. That's the sharpness.
Douglas then to take the corner. Slipped as he took it. Flood. Dean Shields intervening. Strong challenge there from Shields. Could be another card coming out here. Yellow card for Dean Shields.
That's a loose ball here. Rankin wins it, but Dean Shields comes right through, and once he wins the ball he lifts his leg, and I think that's what Ewan Norris has spotted, brings him a yellow card. I've got to say Rankin has done really well today.
Ewan Norris is not having the quick free kick.
Yeah, I was just saying, I think, sorry, Rankin, the fact that Dean Shields is so quiet. Templeton has been relatively quiet. I think the defensive side of the game today from Rankin has been terrific.
Yes, he's always been such a consistent performer. Barry Mackay is going to be on for Rangers shortly. Shields, the 4th Rangers player to be booked. Dillon switching that towards Russell. Ali McCoy's urging his players on, but time is not on their side. Dean Shields is going to be replaced shortly by Barry Mackay. Scored twice in the last round against Alloa. Scored Rangers' first goal outside of the top flight of Scottish football. Peterhead, back in August. He can be lively.
Yeah, I just expected so much more from Dean Shields. I thought this was a type of platform and occasion for him to shine and show all of the quality that we know he's got.
Russell. Douglas with a throw. Daly. Russell. Richie Ryan. Douglas. Booted away by Hegarty. Mackay chasing, but Rankin there once more, as he so often is for Dundee United. Gardine.
Sebastian Forey and his pass back there puts United on the attack. Once again a mistake from a Rangers player.
Gunning. Douglas. Ryan. Trapped by Black. Rankin. Just clipped Watson there, but Dundee United carry on as Willow Flood picks out Barry Douglas. Russell. Some keep ball session this for Dundee United. Ryan is down at the moment.
Yeah, it was Black who brought down Richie Ryan. And all of a sudden Gavin Gunning getting involved in a spat with Ian Black. I wonder how you and Norris will view this one.
Ian Black being summoned. Gavin Gunning. Best of friends now, but looks like a car will be coming their way.
They're good pals, really, eh? Well, they'll both pick up a yellow. I think it was Gunning's reaction to Black earlier. You see Black here, there's nothing in that with Richie Ryan. But thereafter, Gavin Gunning is in possession here, and when Black comes in, he just wants to get involved and let him know that he'll meet that physical challenge. Well handled by Ewan Norris.
Gavin Gunning, the first Dundee United player to be booked. Somewhat surprisingly, 4 Rangers players were booked before Ian Black. It's Ian Black's 10th yellow card of the season. Flood, Gardine, who reached the Scottish Cup final in 2010 with Ross County when they lost to Dundee United. Mackay. Free kick conceded by Gardyne. Ian Black will take it. Everyone up. Needs must. Keith Watson won the header. Here's Willow Flood. Lee Wallace is already on a yellow card. He has to be wary.
Well, Willow Flood won this loose ball. He gets out of the way of it. I don't think there's anything in that. No need for further action.
Jackie McNamara spent nearly 2 years as Partick manager. Spent a trophy-laden decade with Celtic. Put on by Daly, as a few things have been today. Ryan. Away by Wallace. Back by Douglas. Gardyne, Daly, Johnny Russell! That has made sure of it! Dundee United charge into the quarter-finals of the Scottish Cup, and Johnny Russell continues his scoring spree in this competition.
Well, there was a whole series of loose balls just outside the box here. And United, look at all these balls just falling. This one here, United win it. There's another one, and Daly helps it on. Wallace doesn't read the run of Johnny Russell, and as soon as he's in behind, all he has to do is just guide it past Alexander. Terrific nudge towards the target there. Wallace thought about putting the hand on him. That would have been a penalty and a red card. But it's his second goal of the game, United's third. It will surely clinch the tie.
Johnny Russell leaping into the last 8 of the Scottish Cup. And that's 11 goals in 14 games in this competition now. Phenomenal record. And his 16th goal of the season. 10 minutes to go. Rangers were just about hanging on in there without managing to hold themselves back into contention. So that will surely be that. Jackie McNamara arriving as new manager this week to fire up these Dundee United players even more than a visit from Rangers would. Rangers have been better in the second half, but frankly over the piece have been nowhere near good enough. Wallace. Won by Gunning. Here's Gardyne. Comes off Mackay. They never quite recovered from a nightmare start. A goal down after 15 seconds. 2 down by half-time. Rangers left themselves with too much to do. And once again, Dundee United are going to knock them out of this competition. It's becoming a habit.
Yeah, I think it's been a chastening experience for Rangers this afternoon. I don't think the game has been close here. I think you're right. They've been nowhere near good enough.
Thank you very much for your attendance at Paradise this afternoon.
There's always going to be a test of Rangers' ability and character. Questions are going to be asked, but the answers won't make pleasant reading. Wallace. It's off Rankin. Daly. Flood. Douglas. Stumble let Mackay in, but guess who suddenly arrived on the scene? Yes, it's John Rankin again. Ross was on a hat-trick, scored one in the last round, scored one in this competition last season as well. Could easily have had one today.
Well, I think in the last 10 minutes, I think it's important for Rangers to keep their discipline. They can't lose the plot here. 3 goals behind.
Naismith. Johnny Russell won that back. Willow Flood takes over. Now Gardine. Russell. Douglas. Baffling to think that this is going to be Dundee United's first home win since August. Would you believe?
It's not often you see that. Bang on the corner flag, keeps the ball in play.
Gavin Gunning fell over then as the fans reacted to that. Sean Doe. Harry Douglas. The 2 managers, former Scotland international teammates. Scotland take on Estonia in Gordon Strachan's first game in charge, and fittingly it's up at Aberdeen from 7:30 on Sky Sports 1 HD on Wednesday. Naismith. Ryan's touch almost allowed Black in, but he managed to stand firm. It's a ridiculous challenge from Naismith. He's going to be latest to receive a yellow card here. It's a red card, in fact, for a reckless challenge, which just about sums up Rangers' day. Carl Naismith sent off.
Well, it was only a couple of minutes ago I said it was so important for these Rangers players at 3-0 down to keep their discipline. Going into challenges like that, it doesn't prove anything. It's not brave. You can see here Flood is in clear possession, and it's a clear red card. It's a ridiculous challenge from Naismith. He's nowhere near the ball. All he wants to do there is get the man. So much inexperience in that challenge there.
Crazy from Carl Naismith. Don't deserve a red. Gardine. Flood. Well, that compounds the misery for Rangers.
It doesn't prove that he's a hard player at all. It just proves that he's got so much to learn. And the way to get into this game is to go in the challenges like that, 50-50, try and win the ball. Don't take the man. Here's another one.
Oh, he's going to be off as well. Second yellow card for Ian Black. He is sent off too. And Rangers are down to 9 men now, and they've completely lost it. Lost the plot.
Well, how often does he skate on thin ice with 1 yellow card? Whatever you think of his reputation, whether it's deserved or not, Ian Black is a man full of experience and should know better. His team are already down to 10 men. I don't know who he's applauding there, but he knows he's on a yellow card. Rankin gets to that ball first, and once again, he just wants to make contact. A ridiculous challenge from a player who should know better.
Well, he's getting plenty of stick from the Dundee United fans. What is he on? Really? Rangers down to 9 men. Challenges from Black and Naismith. Plain daft.
Well, it's almost like so much inexperience. When you go 3-0 down, and then all of a sudden some players want to show how hard they are. Ridiculous attitude from Naismith and Black.
Embarrassing end to the game for Rangers. Dundee United sensing a fourth goal perhaps. Rangers well beaten and now pressing the self-destruct button with red cards for Naismith and Black. Needless challenges. Dundee United look like they've got the spring in their step again, mind. The new management.
I actually think they can play better. I thought they started the game really well, but there are 30-40 minute periods where they just switch off, and I agree with Neil McCann. I think Dundee United have underachieved so far this season. I'll tell you what, they've got a great chance in the Scottish Cup. They're through to the next round.
Rankin. Will be a free kick. Templeton, the offender. Rangers would quite like to hear that final whistle now, and I don't think there's going to be much time added on here. In fact, that is that. It's a winning start for Jackie McNamara against an old foe in Rangers. The man who spent a decade at Celtic relished this occasion. Rangers arrived with hardly any fans and gave themselves hardly any chance after Johnny Russell scored after just 15 seconds. He scored the third goal as well, and in between, John Daly was allowed to head Dundee United into the comfort zone. Rangers had a go in the second half, they were better, but then stupid challenges from Carl Naismith and Ian Black led to late red cards. The first team through to the quarter-finals of the Scottish Cup are Dundee United. And with Jackie McNamara in charge, they'll be looking onwards and upwards. It finishes at Tannadice. Dundee United 3, Rangers 0.
Until now, the traditional Aussie barbecue has not been the natural domain of the Irish. Some say putting an Irishman in the sun is like putting a fork in a microwave. Mix 1 part Drombeg Premium Irish Spirit, 1 part ginger ale and a good squeeze of lime in a tall glass full of ice. There you have it, a little bit of Ireland in the Australian summer.